Hi, I'm Ashira Jalal from Jerusalem.
Don't push me. Don't push me. Okay, go. Don't push me. Okay, go.
Hi, this is Emad Baha'i from Gaza.
Hi, I'm Ala Khayyaf from Jerusalem.
Hi, I'm Farah Abu Qasim living in Gaza.
Hi, this is Diana Zir from Ramallah. I'm going under.
My name is Nagami Muhanna. I live in Gaza.
أعزائي المستمعين نقدم لكم نشرة الأخبار. I am Yara العملة. I'm living in Ramallah.
So from Yafa and Tel Aviv yesterday to Haifa today on day 90. Yeah, we made it to day 90. We are here and this is called Midan Theater, and there's a very important conference. It's the Conference of Return, the second Haifa conference, and I'm just gonna check it out. I know a few people there and see how it's going, and then we're gonna go around Haifa, which is another one of my really favorite cities in the coast. How is your conference? This is Jama, and we met before the conference, and she's also working here in the conference, huh? Yeah. Are we late?
No, but by the way, she's
Okay, she's the one I talked to. What's her name?
Salma.
Salma, yeah, I talked to Salma. And so today is the workshops, right?
Yeah.
And tomorrow...
9 workshop today.
Do you want to take me around, just explain to me a little bit about each workshop without interfering with the workshops?
Without interfering.
Like from far away, we can just stand and be like, listen, this is happening in that workshop. Okay. I'll take it, maybe I'll put it on at least. I'll give you 40. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We have here the first workshop. This is here a workshop about building a Palestinian coalition around the solution of the one-state solution.
Okay.
She came.
They're giving a workshop, so we need to be a little quieter right around here.
Okay.
So this is for you. For your daughter.
I hope she
How many like people participated in the conference?
Yesterday we had a bit more than 300 participants. I suppose it was a bit more because people came and left. But in general we had a full hall here, the big hall, which contains more than 300 places. Today we have 250 active participants.
Okay. And like she was telling me that the main issues you're dealing with is the right of return and future democratic state. What about like
democratic secular
state? And are you like working alone in alienation from everything, like from policies that are happening around you? How does it work?
You said the right of return and then the one secular democratic state. I think it's very tricky to use these two terms in one sentence, because we think and we suppose that both are connected and intertwined in each other in an inherent way. There is no right of return. It's not possible without the alternative of the one secular democratic state. It's impossible for many reasons. If you like, I could tell them, but tell me later. The other thing is we are not working without a more comprehensive context. We are talking about the reality of today, of how the legend and the myth of two states for two people is breaking apart. That makes our alternative, which we promote since 41 years, even more relevant.
How do you see it as breaking down the two-state solution?
First of all, the two-state solution assumes that there are two peoples here.
Yeah.
We don't think that there are two peoples here, because if you say there's, for example, the Jewish-Israeli people, what about 1.5 million Palestinians living in the so-called Israel?
Yeah.
So it can't be one people. And if you say, no, we are talking about the Jewish people, it is very, very problematic as well, because the Jewish people are widespread in the whole world, and you cannot, I'm not sure they see themselves as people, like united in culture and in collective economy and the traditions. And there's a Ethiopian Jew and a German Jew and a Canadian Jew.
At the end of the day, it's a religion, just like there's Muslims from from Malaysia and Muslims from all over the world.
Exactly. And the other thing is, Palestine has been Palestinian since ever, and we are not willing to give other people the right of self-determination on our land. So we say the one secular democratic state solves the problem of the Palestinians in a way that it allows the return of the refugees, it allows our Palestinians living in the so-called Israel to be part of their people again after now 63 years soon, and it allows the Jewish people who are here to remain here, to have even collective rights, but not as national group, rather as a cultural group, for example, concerning language, their language, because we are aspiring a real secular democratic state. And
so
in this
will they have
state,
like representation, the Jews?
no representation, because there will be here one nationality, Palestinian. There will be Jewish Palestinians, but any Jewish who would like to maintain his language is free to do so, and it would be a second, for example, official language. Who wants to exercise his Judaism like a religion, he must have the right to do it in a dignified way.
But but my question is, how do you get the Israelis to move out, give you a secular state? How do you do this as a conference that you're saying that you're trying to work on an implementation plan? How do you do that? Are you saying that you're going to do this by lobbying people, the international community, or you're going to go back to, like, you're pushing people to go back to like force?
No, we don't do that, very obviously. But the point is, we believe in the power of the people. It's fact that the Algerian, the Vietnamese, the Cubans have defeated an even bigger and more savage imperial powers. Yeah. We believe in the power of the people, of the Palestinians, of the popular struggle, and the struggle of the Arab people in the surrounding countries.
And be able to achieve this.
Exactly. This is the second level. The third level is the international solidarity. We know how it is important, how it was important for the struggle of the South Africans, and that the international solidarity has achieved a boycott campaign that put the apartheid regime on its knees.
So, Doctor, you're here you teach in Exeter.
Yes.
And you're here especially for this conference.
Yes, I came specially for this conference because it's about a subject that is very important to me.
I spoke briefly to someone about the conference and this idea of, you believe in the one-state solution.
Yes, very much so, yes.
And how do you see it being like established? How do you see it being created, implemented?
Well, you see, this is the problem. Whenever one talks about the one-state solution, the immediate question is, but how is it going to happen? Now, my answer is always just wait a moment. Do you think this solution is good? Is it a good solution? Now, if you get a majority of people saying, yes, it's a good idea, then I think is the moment when you start to say, all right, how are we going to get it done?
And why do you think, why is it the one state rather than the two state which the PA has adopted?
Well, let me tell you, I've always, this is a matter of principle. I have never accepted the partition of Palestine. And I do not believe that any Palestinian accepts the partition of our homeland. Not only can we not accept the partition of Palestine, which is, of course, what has to happen if you have two states, but think about what you're really doing as Palestinians. If you accept the two-state solution, what are you actually saying? You're saying to the Israelis, yes, you came, you took our land by force, you threw us out, you caused us to become refugees, you've made our lives a tragic misery for 62 years, but here we are saying to you, please have 80% of our homeland, you're welcome, please have it, but just give us about 20% of it for ourselves. Is this really a reasonable position? Can you really ask the people who are the victims, which is us, to concede to the perpetrator of the crime the majority of our homeland? How can that be? So my starting point is this. We have complete and utter right on our side. We have committed no crime. We have made we have made many mistakes, but we have never committed a crime. Therefore, why are we self-punishing ourselves by offering most of our homeland to the colonizer, the settler, the usurper, the thief? It's crazy if you think about it. Now, I am not naive. I understand that the Palestinian Authority, and many Palestinians, by the way, have accepted this solution because they believe that they will get nothing. It's
either this or nothing.
Exactly. The idea is better a piece of a loaf than no loaf at all.
Yeah.
Now, my answer to that is no. Better nothing. Better nothing than this sort of solution. Now, believe me, I'm not saying this out of some silly idealism. If I didn't genuinely believe that we can make it happen, I wouldn't be talking like this.
And where are you from originally?
Now, yes, well, it's a very good question. I was born in Jerusalem.
Oh, okay. Ahla wa sahla.
I'm
from Jerusalem as well.
Now, I was born in Jerusalem, and of course, as I'm what I call a 1948 person, I was born in Jerusalem, Palestine, before 1948. But in 1948, we were forced to leave.
Where did you go?
We went first to Syria, to Damascus.
Okay, you took the different route. Usually people jump to Jordan first.
No,
that's the first stage. That's where my uncles and my family are refugees in Jordan now.
Well, indeed, and what could have happened to us? We went to Syria only because my grandfather on my mother's side lived in Damascus.
Oh, okay, so
we thought, like many Palestinians, we thought at the time, oh, it won't take long. And my mother always said we never thought it would, it would be over soon. We'll all be home again. So we went and really waited there, thinking that very soon we're going back home. Of course, it never happened, and we then were further distanced from our homeland by going to London.
Even there, like the Israeli actions are further pushing them away from the two-state solution in one way or another.
Exactly.
They're kind of destroying it on their own.
Absolutely. Look, I tell you, even if you wanted, if you weren't like me, and if you said, no, I don't reject the two-state solution on principle, I accept it, even if you said that, how? I always want to say to the people who believe in the two-state, you show me, before you ask me how a one-state solution can be made to happen, tell me how the two-state solution can be made to happen. The Israelis have used the so-called peace talks, the so-called peace process. They've used them to expand their colonization, to extend their hold over Palestine. That is what's happened. And the sooner that our leadership and every Palestinian watching this realizes that that is the big trick that we fell into, the big trap we fell into, and get out of it and say, right, that's it. I don't want any more to do with this. You've taken most of my land while I've been negotiating in good faith. You have not been negotiating in good faith. It's over. The game is over. We want all of our homeland, and we're going to fight for it.
Okay, thank you so much.
No, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. برافو عليكم. هذا كتير إيش والله.
إنجليزي عشان so we can put it on.
No, I really am very impressed with this initiative, and I've actually know about it. I've heard about it. I've begun to take a great interest in it. I think it's a terrific idea.
Excellent.
You know, the power of television is fantastic. It seems to me, as a writer, it makes me very sad that it's much more powerful than the written word. But it really is. But to bring our story across, to humanize us, to get people to understand we're real people with real lives. Wonderful.
Thank you. That's good to know that you've heard of us. Okay, so now I'm gonna go to Wadi Al Nisnas and see more of Haifa, and also gonna jump into more comfortable shoes so I can walk around and see the city. Okay, so now I'm parking in Wadi Al Nisnas, and I'm supposed to meet a friend, Shadi. He's a friend of a friend. Some of my best and oldest friends are from Haifa. One of them is Rula Khouri and the other is Fidaa Hammou. And Shadi is one of their friends. Who's gonna show me around Wadi Al Nisnas. Hi, how are you?
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. Good to see you in Wadi Al Nisnas.
This is not the first time I come to Wadi Al Nisnas, but usually I come to eat falafel. In that store down there.
It's one of the best things that we have in the neighborhood.
So this is all Wadi Al Nisnas?
Yeah, هذا هو الواد.
You live here?
Yes.
How long have you been living here? I didn't know that you lived here.
30 years.
Wow, okay.
Since I was a kid.
So is this the oldest Palestinian neighborhood, or how is it?
Kind of. We have two neighborhoods, Wadi Al Nisnas, Wadi Al Salib, اللي هن الاولدست.
طب اوكي اسمعي، هلا انا بجيب شو اسمه سندوتشات فلافل وباجي انا وشادي عندك على البيت. يلا باي. I just talked to Fidaa. She's, I think you saw her, we met accidentally in the March of Return. And she's from Haifa, so we're going to get sandwiches from like the best falafel sandwich in Haifa.
In the state.
In the state, it's the best falafel sandwich in all of Palestine. And then I'm going to go see Fidaa in her house. Are those like used houses? No.
Yeah. People living here.
They're old houses.
في هنا جملة حلوة هنا دائما بمرق بشوفها بالعبراني. لا انت ترجميها.
تاكي.
هاي الجملة. ميشو جار كان طعم.
It's in Hebrew.
حلو. ميشو جار.
You can see here, it says in Hebrew.
Yeah, هاي التومة هاي شخص ملك.
Yeah, it's by an artist. It says someone used to live here once upon a time. It's this one.
Yeah, عندك 1948. شايفين؟ هنا.
Take this off. Yeah. And this plaque. It's by an Israeli artist.
هاي تومة هاي يمكن أخت إميد تومة.
Once upon a time, someone lived in this house. And look at the picture. Can you see it? So what is the story with all these like weird art things that you like done? What are these art?
They take Wadi Al Nisnas as a coexistence and things between Arabs and Jews.
What coexistence? But this is like one of the Palestinian like ancient like
exactly,
villages that was here before 48, and they want to come and tell me coexistence.
But for Haifa people, Wadi Al Nisnas
coexistence is if you bring
the coexistence between Arabs and Jews.
What coexistence? Coexistence is bring back all the people from Haifa.
Yes,
bring back all the people from Haifa. Don't put paintings and weird things on the walls and say coexistence.
Because it is an old neighborhood and they use it for the purpose of that. Decorations and art.
So this is the حفاوي فلافل.
هذا عمو.
See, it's different than ours. It's more of green. The inside, I think it's بقدونس. شكل بتحطوا أكثر بقدونس في المقادسي شكلكم.
المقادسي؟ يجوز أنا عارف أنا ما.
لأنه أكثر من فلافلنا. It's better than. Sorry, Jerusalemites, but yeah, it is better than our falafel in Jerusalem.
بس لا أنا بعمل. حلوة. هاي حلو الطوالة.
Wait, there's a change of plan. We're not gonna go see Fidaa. She's gonna come down to Ben Gurion Street.
Abu Nawas in Arabic.
What is it called? Yeah, Abu Nawas Street. And we're gonna sit in Fattoush, which is a great place. And also we'll meet another one of my friends, Madah, there. And also you'll get to see something very interesting in Haifa. You'll see the Baha'i temple. But I think the Baha'i temple is under renovation.
It's covered.
It's covered?
Yeah.
Hala, do you know any Baha'is? Like, do you interact with them here or?
No, I am. As I listen, like, as I know, they don't mix with the locals.
You know, this is exactly what I heard as well, because I've been trying to contact them for the past month to come and talk to them, and they don't want to talk. But yeah, hala, we've got to at least see it. And I contacted the Baha'i community here in Haifa, and I contacted the especially the one where I'll show you right now, and they told us that we're not allowed to go in or interview people or get into the you know, the gardens.
There's a Baha'i house. They said this is the house of the niece of Baha El Din.
Oh, can I go back and film it?
Yeah, you can.
Of course I can.
It's a nice house.
Okay, so this is the house of whom?
The niece of Baha El Din, who created the
Baha'i religion.
I never saw her.
Like, does she still live here?
I don't know. All the time it's closed building.
And like the house.
It's a secret thing, you know. Although I live in the neighborhood, but I don't know nothing about this building.
Can I park here?
You can park.
I
Just
found
join.
parking there. If you can see, it's down with the diet and up with the falafel. Oh, hi. Oh, أنت كمان فلافل? Hi, how are you?
مرحبا, good.
Well, instead of going to see Fidaa is coming here.
هاي يا توتي
توتي؟
هاي كلبي اجا بوليس عشانك.
ليه؟
توتي أشيرة
محدودة. لمين الكلبة؟
لا اسمها خدها واحدة ثانية.
Send the dog away. Bye.
يلا توتي يلا وين شادي؟
اسمعي, we're gonna go up to the Baha'i and we'll meet you هون. Yeah, you can do it. By the way, apparently he knows, he's a tour guide in the Baha'i gardens, صح?
صح.
You like you work with them, or how does it?
Work with them.
You work with them. Okay, so you can give me an outside tour about the Baha'is.
Where?
Here, just show it. So tell me about the Baha'i religion since you're the tour guide. Yeah.
اوكي. تأسس الدين البهائي بسنة 1844 ببلاد فارس بإيران.
It was created in 1844 in Iran, the Baha'i religion.
المبشر الأول أو المؤسس الأول للدين البهائي كان اللقب تبعه اسمه الباب, اللي هو بشر الدين البهائي وقال إنه في نبي أعظم منه راح يجي اللي اسمه بهاء الله.
The first person who brought the prophecy of the Baha'is was called the Bab, and he was the one who brought the prophecy that there will be a prophet, Baha El Din. Bahaullah, the prophet.
اللي تسموا البهائيين على اسم النبي تبعهم بهاء الله.
And they're called the Baha'is after their prophet Bahaullah.
البهائيين بيؤمنوا بالله, بيؤمنوا بكل الأنبياء والرسل بكل الديانات.
They believe in God and they believe in all the religions. So هو مش sect من الإسلام.
هو شق من الإسلام اللي انشق عن دين الإسلام طبعا.
It is a sect from Islam. It was it's a sect that went out of Islam.
طبعا الديانات كلها طبعا مثل ما حكينا بيؤمنوا كل الديانات, طبعا بيؤمنوا بالنبي الكبير للدين البهائي اللي اسمه بهاء الله. بيؤمنوا بالمساواة بين الرجل والمرأة.
They believe in all the prophets and God, as we said, and their prophet, which is Bahaullah, and they believe in equality between men and women.
المساواة بين الغني والفقير، المساواة بين الأبيض والأسود.
Poor, white and black.
وبيؤمنوا بالسلام العالمي وبالطبيعة.
They believe in world peace and in nature. والله يعني هذا very pleasant.
ليش المكان المقدس بالعالم كلياته هو عكا وحيفا؟
The most مقدس. The most holy places for them, the holiest places for them is Haifa and Akka. How come? Why?
لأنه لما بلش بإيران الدين البهائي، فالإسلام الشيعة ما تقبل الدين البهائي بالمرة وما تقبلوا بهاء الله ولا المبشر الباب.
He says that the reason why is because when the religion started in Iran, the Shiites there did not accept the religion and they did not accept their prophet.
فقاموا بسجن الباب.
So they arrested the Bab, the person who talked about the religion, brought the religion.
وعذبوه قتلوه قدام البهائيين طبعا.
And they tortured him and killed him in front of the Baha'is.
بعدين بهاء الله قام طلع من المخبأ تبعه وصار يبشر الدين البهائي.
And then the prophet Bahaullah went out of his hiding and started telling about bringing people into his religion.
بس كمان بهاء الله ما تقبلوهوش طبعا.
And also they still didn't accept the prophet of Bahaullah.
بس ما قتلوهوش ليش؟ لأنه بهاء الله كان من أغنياء بلاد فارس.
But they didn't kill him because he's from the richest people in Persia, in Iran.
فقاموا نفوه من إيران لبغداد.
So they exiled him from Iran to Iraq, Baghdad.
من بغداد لتركيا.
From Baghdad to Turkey.
من تركيا لعكا.
And from Turkey to Akko.
بعكا كان الحكم العثماني الإسلامي موجود بالمنطقة هذه.
And Akko then it was the Turkish Ottoman rule.
فقاموا سجنوه بسجن عكا مدى الحياة.
So they arrested him for a life term in prison of Akka.
قبل ما يتوفى ب5 سنوات.
Before he died in 5 years.
وين هو مدفون اليوم بحديقة البهجة بعكا.
Where he's buried in Garden of Bahja in Akka.
طبعا سكن 5 سنوات بهذا البيت بالقصر البهجي.
He lived in this castle of Bahja for 5 years until he died.
ليش حيفا؟ حيفا لأنه الباب المبشر الأول دين البهائي هو موجود بقبة البهائيين أو قبة عباس اللي هي اختار بهاء الله النقطة هذه.
لا ما فهمتش. I didn't understand this point.
بهاء الله قبل ما يتوفى اختار النقطة هي جبل الكرمل ليدفن الرفات أو العظام تبع الباب.
Okay, so the Prophet Baha El Din, he selected the mountain of Karmel and this place specifically to put the remains of the Bab.
ليش اختار جبل الكرمل؟ لسببين، السبب الأول لأنه جبل الكرمل أخضر على مدار السنة.
And why he chose it is because the mountain of Karmel is green all year long.
والسبب الثاني هو لأنه جبل الكرمل معروف إنه جبل مقدس لثلاث ديانات.
And the second reason is because the Karmel mountain is sacred for the 3 religions.
الديانة المسيحية نبي مرلياس.
The Christians for Mar Elias.
الديانة الدرزية نبي الخضر.
For the Durzi for the Prophet Hadar.
الديانة اليهودية النبي إلياهو.
And for the Jews the Prophet Eliyahu.
فطلب من ابن بهاء الله عباس أفندي بدفن العظام تبعت الباب بهاي النقطة بالضبط لأنه على نفس المستوى اللي بجبل الكرمل للأديان الثانية بالجنب الثاني يعني بالأديان الثانية اللي حكينا عنها بجبل الكرمل من الجنب الثاني فنفس المستوى.
بس هذا مش جبل الكرمل.
بل هذا جبل الكرمل.
Okay. So he asked his son to bury the remains of the Bab in this area because it's on the same level as the other, the Mount of Karmel, the Mount of Karmel and the 3 other holy sites for the 3 religions.
طيب سنة 1909 عباس أفندي بنى القبر الباب.
In 1909 the Abbas Effendi he built the tomb for the remains of the Bab.
وعمل حواليها حديقة صغيرة.
And he made a small garden surrounding it.
وبلش يبني بالقبة عباس أو القبة الذهبية.
And he started building the dome, the golden dome.
بس عباس أفندي توفى قبل ما تخلص القبة.
And he died before the dome was built, finished.
لأنها القبة هو ابن عباس أفندي اللي اسمه شوقي أفندي اللي هو قبره موجود بلندن اليوم.
His son, the son of Abbas Iskandar. Sorry, إيش اسمه؟
شوقي أفندي.
شوقي أفندي finished the building of the
بال 1956
in 1956 he finished the building and he died in London.
القبة في عليها تقريبا بحدود ل 20,000 قطعة من الذهب الخالص.
He's saying that the dome has like a day
20 أكثر من 20,000 قطعة من الذهب الخالص.
more than 20,000 pieces of original gold.
بالسنة 1987 البهائية بلشوا بهذا المشروع.
In 78 the Baha'is started in this project of making the gardens.
أنا هو المشروع بسنة 2001 أخذ لهم 13 سنة تقريبا لبناء هذا المشروع.
It took them 13 years to finish this garden. Wow.
التكلفة لهذا المشروع كانت 250 مليون دولار اللي هي كلها من التبرعات.
It cost to create this the whole thing 250
مليون دولار.
250 million dollars which was from funding
التبرعات
from the Baha'is.
كلها هي من تبرعات البهائيين.
قد ايه في بهائية في العالم؟ I'm asking how many Baha'is are there around the world?
6 ملايين بهائي بالعالم موجودين.
There's 6 million Baha'is around the world.
المليونين موجودين بأكبر مجموعة موجودة بالهند اللي هي مليونين بهائي بالهند.
It says the biggest group live in India. There's 2 million Baha'is there.
والباقيين متوزعين على 250 دولة بالعالم.
And the rest are divided across 250 countries around the world. طب وهنا do they live in Haifa?
نعم.
Baha'is, do they live in Haifa?
No.
Okay. You can't tell us? Okay, I freeze. I shall not بس ما اقدرش اسال الساكنين هون او شيء.
ممكن اذا بيعرفوا ما بعرف.
انت اسالك.
لا أنا لا.
لا؟ Okay.
صعب بطلع مشغلة.
Can you tell us more about the politics, for example, the سياسة هون about the Baha'is or not?
لا البهائي ما بيتدخلوا بالسياسة نهائيا.
If you can tell us more about the politics and like if the Baha'is he says he can't tell us because they don't إيش.
خلاص ما عندهم اوكي. البهائيين هيك اول شيء الولد اللي بيخلق بدين البهائي هو لا يعتبر بهائي غير لحتى يصير عمره 15 سنة.
He says that the Baha'i children, if they're born, when they're children, they're only considered Baha'is until when they're 15 years old.
البهائي هذا الولد هذا لما يصير عمره 15 سنة بيقرأ الاتفاقية أو البنود تبع الدين البهائي.
When he's 15 he reads the religion.
وهو بيختار إما بيضله إما بيضل هو مع أهله مع الدين البهائي أو بيختار أي دين آخر لأنه بيؤمنوا بكل الديانات اللي حكينا.
Okay. When he's 15 he gets to read about the religion and decide whether he wants to stay in the family and participate in the religion or he wants to follow any other religion because they believe in all other religions.
وبالإضافة لأنه البهائيين مسموح عندهم الزواج المختلط من كل الأديان.
And they're allowed to marry from every other religion.
مسموح يتجوزوا كل واحد على دينه موجود ببيت واحد.
And they're allowed to live in the same house and each like married couples can continue to perform their religion according to what religion they are in. To tell you a little bit more about him, he's actually not Baha'i, he's Durzi and his religion is Durzi. He's from Majd al-Shams where we were last week, remember? And so Syrian, I guess.
From Golan Heights under occupation of Israel.
Yeah. Under occupation of Israel, Golan Heights, Syria.
Go ahead, Syria. Viva!
The best cherries in the world.
And apple in the world.
Apple, صح.
Apple and cherry شوكولاتة.
لا كنت أروح بس أحضر مع
فداء. بأزاد.
Remember I was telling you in the car about my friends Rula and Fidaa. This one's Rula and this is Clara Khouri, her sister. How are you? معك سيارة؟
لا طالعين كلياتنا معكم ستين
So where are we in this neighborhood?
It's Hadar. It's the Jewish neighborhood that was existing before 48.
So until now it's all Jewish?
Now here lives Arabs, minorities, Russians and poor class.
So this was the only neighborhood out of all of Haifa?
One of the neighborhoods where Jews were living. This building, only this building, it was built by an Arabic person. Abu George Abi Nader. Abu George
1935 something.
36, 35. إذا بدك في على الباب مكتوب أبو جورج 1900.
هلا Okay, so we're gonna sit here. Where's Fidaa?
I'm leaving.
يلا.
To have your chat. Women's chat.
Women's chat. طيب, okay. See you. Thank you so much, Shadi. Good to see you too.
Visit again.
إن شاء الله.
Bye.
Bye. We have to meet Jalal. This is the part of the Mimilta. We're getting engaged on the 17th.
Okay.
So you have to be in Jerusalem.
I will be in Jerusalem. 17 what day?
What do you mean what day?
Which day?
I think it's a Thursday. شوف ما تقعديش تعملي لي دراما. You're coming anyway. Yeah, and there's no options. If you're gonna come before, so you can like meet and so. You can't come to Jerusalem. Why?
Because I work 6 days.
Where? Do you know like how many Palestinians were living here before 48?
70,000.
70,000 Palestinians.
And after 48, 3,700 people
remained.
3,000 out of 50%. Today we are 50% before 48, 3% after 48. Exactly. You know that the Zionist movement, the first thing they did was to destroy the cities, to destroy the culture, to destroy the... Haifa was a central city for all culture in the Middle East. Kulthum was here, the stars of the Arabic culture. They were obligated to come here if they wanted to
go to stardom and become more celebrities.
Yeah, but today,
no. But they destroyed they destroyed like houses in Haifa, or doesn't remain like the houses belong to
they
people.
Destroyed Haifa. 2 neighbors were totally destroyed, or 3
neighborhoods.
Yes, exactly. Wadi Salib, Tel Samak, Shikmona, and part of the Alembi, where it was Alembi, I don't know, downstairs. Where is the Midan today?
Okay, and the rest remain.
Remained in the different way.
So were there any massacres to get the people out?
The most famous one was the Jabal Iskandar.
Jabal Iskandar massacre?
Yes.
When was
I don't know how many people died, but it was on the 22 of April, 48.
In 48, and this was before the...
Haifa fell down, 22 of April, 48.
22 of April it fell, so it was right after...
after geography, exactly.
Right after the massacre, Haifa
people were running to the sea and they disappeared. And now they call them refugees. I brought you here because it's a very special place now, and it's a conflictive issue in Haifa. Azad means, you know what's Azad in Persian? Azad means the free person.
Okay.
This restaurant a few months ago didn't accept to serve a soldier.
Okay.
A soldier came, he wanted to drink a coffee. The waitress and the place here decided that he don't want soldier to be a part of the queue of its restaurant because they wanted to maintain the civil society in this place. Okay. And they didn't want uniforms, not because he's a soldier, but they didn't want any symbol of uniform of not free men.
Not the free man?
Exactly. So after this event, they are in a lot of problems. They closed the place for 1 month, and now they have 4
lawsuits
against them because they didn't want to
serve the soldier.
It's not about soldier, I repeat, it's about to maintain the ambient of a civil society.
Okay. Civil society, they don't want to serve a person with an army suit. It makes sense.
Not just the uniform.
Yeah, with the uniform. But is the lawsuit against that they are what are they?
Discrimination.
Discrimination in this nation. And racism.
Yes.
So the owner is Palestinian.
Yes, the owner is a Palestinian from Jerusalem.
Okay. So he's a racist when he doesn't want discriminating when he doesn't want to give to serve an army man.
Yeah.
But it's not racism, everything else that this country does, and we can't sue them for all the racism.
Especially in this neighborhood, I repeat, this neighborhood is a ghetto for me. If you go in the streets here, you can see all of the symbols of a ghetto in an apartheid state.
Why?
Because very poor people live here. They don't have any services, like they come once to clean the street. A lot of streets are totally broken. You know what's a ghetto? I cannot explain too much.
Yeah.
You see the ghetto.
Yeah.
It's not something that...
So okay, so like, what are they doing now? What can they like? Did they win the suit, or are they gonna shut the place down? What are they gonna do to them?
We don't know what's gonna happen. This is the first place that someone insists not this issue of not letting soldiers in or not giving service. Happened in 3 different places in Haifa before.
Okay.
But all of them went to the city hall and they apologized and etc. Because they were afraid of the reaction of the society and of the city hall and the government. And this place is the only place that refused to say sorry for just wanting.
So are they giving them like?
They don't want to give them a license.
License to open?
Exactly.
Okay.
They are trying from different ways. Ministry of Salud, Health, Ministry of all of the ministries, police, city hall, Ministry of Health, and different sides are trying to find what's not good in this place in order to shut it down. For example, I'll give you a very simple example. This thing that I don't know what it's called in English.
Covered? I don't know.
Yeah, it was covering all of the place. But after the soldier issue, they obligated her to take it off. But this place is allowed to have it.
Because behind us is another shop.
It's
an Israeli shop.
Yes, he's a Jew, he's a Zionist.
A Zionist antique shop. So they're allowed to have the cover.
Exactly.
From the rain, and the
rest
can't have it.
Or for example to...
So how did they argue? How do they argue that it's not legal to put it in the side?
They are the system. They decide. You are the people. You obedient.
Obedient.
Obedient, yeah.
You should be obedient to the state. Yeah, what are they?
Yeah. And the door, the cage, for example, they obligated her to put the cage, saying that the sound is too loud, but if you hear the motors and the cars are much louder than
the inside?
Exactly.
So basically they're trying to get rid of them in one way or another. So is this I was talking to Shadi and he was like, there is no racism here, it's coexistence. Do you believe in the same?
Let's start from the fact that 70,000 people were living here and now and after 48. Exactly.
Yeah, so
this is the first issue. Second issue, what's a coexistence? Here we study in different colleges, different schools. Arabs study only in Arab schools, Jewish studies only in Jewish school. No mixing between two populations. We have neighborhoods where Arab lives, neighborhoods where Jewish live. No.
He says that in Wadi Al Nisnas, for example, there are mixed houses.
No, there are no. Maybe there is 0.0001% of Jewish, and I think that they don't arrive to this level of population. I cannot say that there is a Jewish population in Wadi Al Nisnas. No, what happened in Wadi Al Nisnas is that every Saturday, because Shabbat here, all of the stores are closed, and the only place where they can get food on Saturday, it's Wadi Al Nisnas. So they decided that we want to do a party about coexistence or a festival.
That's the stupid art stuff that they have on their walls.
They went to the neighborhood. They obligated people to put sculptures. I don't know. One time I saw a mirror with the Israeli flag in the middle of the market, so you can look. And you will form a part of the Israeli flag, Oh shit. Or art pieces, very stupid art pieces with a Zionist character inside of the only historic Arab neighborhood that exists in Haifa today. But, for example, you say, okay, coexistent, let's make the same thing, but in a Jewish neighborhood. They'll tell you no. Because they don't want noise, they don't want Arabs to go to their neighborhood. It's good to have coexistence in one street of Haifa, and then we all sing coexistence. Here in Haifa we don't have coexistence. What we have is apartheid. Very not known concept, apartheid. It's when a majority controls and oppress
a
minority. And this is what we have in Haifa.
طيب, Fidaa, it was good to see you.
I'll see you in your
I always
engagement.
See you in engagement. We have to meet Jalal. طيب, I'm gonna go and try and beat it and get to see the sunset On the Sea of Haifa.
If you go running now,
Running, yeah. You have to.
in 5 minutes it will be the sunset here. Look
Okay.
there.
Okay. Yalla. Good to see you, Haiti. Take care and see you on the 17th.
See you on the 17th.
Bye. So I'm quite lucky. This is brilliant. Yesterday I was on the beach in Jaffa and saw the beach in Tel Aviv and in Tel Rabi', and now I get to be on the beach in Haifa, which is super cool. This is so beautiful.